Hello everyone, welcome back. This morning I watched Nigel Saunders doing his video of his bald cypress, and I seen the amount of roots he got over a year on it, so it made me think I better check my one here. Now I know my trees don't grow as good as they do in the bonsai zone, but I still think we better check the roots on it, because I'm not sure that I repot this last year or the year before, so I think we better do a bit of a check of the roots and maybe repot it. So this tree is, it was kind of hard for me to come up with a style for it, to be honest. So I was thinking I'd probably in the end I decided to do a kind of maybe kind of a flat top or something with different levels. Yeah, I got this tree a few years back and it was just a whip, very thin. I actually got it cheap because it was all damaged and it was just a very thin, long, tall, whippy thing. So I cut it in half basically, and I just stuck it in the ground for a couple of years, and then I transported it into this pot. So it's all starting to bud out now everywhere, all over the trunk and all over the branches, so I think we better have a look at the roots. I wasn't planning on doing it this year, but after seeing Nigel's I think I better have a look at it. So we'll get on with that. So I'll just drop the camera down a little bit so you can see the roots. There's a lot of this weed in it again. This weed grows everywhere in my garden. It's annoying, it spreads and covers the whole top of the surface quite quickly. So I presume this is wired in. Yeah, so I'm going to have to cut the wires. When I got it the first couple of years, it was in the ground. Well, I had it in a pot first and it did nothing for the first year, so then I put it in the ground, and again for about a year it didn't really do much. It sulked for a year, but seemed to do quite well last year. So we'll see how we get on. Like that, I wasn't 100% sure how I was going to style it because it had a bit of a stupid branch structure on it, but we'll see now this year. I chopped it back and we'll see how it looks up top with the flat top idea. Okay, so we'll rake out these roots and see what we've got. Got the roots starting to grow already, so we better get it done. A lot of weed in here anyway, so definitely need to get all this weed out. So we fill this pot with roots. Quite good soil this, so again I'll pick out the weeds and I'll sieve the soil, let it dry out, and we can always reuse that again. Oh yeah, so that should be over here somewhere. There it is. Liverwort up the trunk. It doesn't look too bad. Like I said, I saw Nigel's this morning, I was like, yikes, I could have a right mess, but yeah, it seems to be not too bad at all. Must have done quite a good root prune on it last time I worked on it. So yeah, maybe we'll just repotted up. There's not a lot of root work needed, I think. There's a couple we can take out, but we won't go crazy. Like that, they've kind of started to grow now, so this is not great. This one here, we can maybe get rid of that one or unfold it. See, this one's wrapped around as well, but there's no moving that one now. And they do tend to twist around the roots a bit. So I think it is something you would want to kind of keep on top of each year. Check it out. Okay, let's have a look at that. I'll move this out the way and I'll go and wash out the roots and we'll come back and have a look. Okay, so have we washed out? See these white roots, you want to get them out. There are the weeds. Just try and get them out. Yeah, so I'm not going to do a ton of work to it because, as you can see, it's already started to grow the roots, so probably slightly too late to be repotting it, but it should be okay. We don't do too much to it and we're careful with our repotting. This branch here, do I want to keep that? Kind of folded over each other here, tangle them a bit. So the front of the tree is about here, I think. It should be there to you. Else really, maybe go the opposite side this side, but the roots are even worse there, so I'm debating whether to take this root off. I'm just gonna brush and get rid of this little water out of here. Bit of moss on here. There was obviously a big branch broken off at some stage there. Cross root underneath. Trying to figure out where this one is coming from. So I don't want to tangle them first if I can before I go chopping any off. Just in case we don't need to chop them off, we just need to put them back into the right places. Here, it's kind of shooting off there at a 90-degree angle, so I'm going to take that one out anyway. Take it off here. On the top here, we'll take them off. So we'll come out from in here and get rid of that. Again, we've got one here, big one, that's going 90 degrees off this other branch, so off this other root, we'll take that out. Some squiggly ones here. Put them back into the right place. Okay, not too bad. There's a under there, we can take it off a bit. This long one will reduce back. And here you go, up and then 60-degree angle. This squiggly one here, you can get it to straighten out, should be okay. Same with that one. You can just take the end off it, squiggly bit off, and then start again. Just on the top of this one we can take out. Okay, I think we're one underneath here, but I don't know, we haven't got a lot back there, so I'm going to leave it and try and prise them open like that. And on the front they're okay. So, the question is, do I put it back in here, or will I try and find a wider pot? Let's have a look for a wider one. Now I do have this one which is wider, but it's not very deep, so I think that's a bit shallow for this. Yeah, maybe eventually it can end up in one like that. Back. We do have a plastic one here. This plastic training pot, I'll give it plenty of room to grow in, so maybe we'll go with that. Let's see, if I put it in that, the roots are just going to start going back in underneath, whereas this one gives it more room. The roots are spread out a bit, so I think we'll go with this one. So put that over there, okay, for a minute. We will tie it in. It's top heavy, so I'm just going to decide where I'm going to put some wires. Go across that way, maybe across that way. Okay, just around there a minute. Heavier wire than normal, just to give it plenty of strength. I should wash the pot out of it. It's a little bit dirty, so we'll give it a quick wash. Just move that back out in the rain again. It's raining again today for the day. It's supposed to be nice tomorrow. So I'll go and give it a bit of a wash. Okay, so give it a quick wash. Now put in some drainage screen. I normally keep this in for the summer in a basin, not a basin, but a tray of water. So I'll try and do that again now this year. Okay, so we'll put some of the coarser stuff in the bottom. A normal mix. I'm going to bring this over so it doesn't spill everywhere. Okay. Mound it in the middle. Now, inside the roots on these, on this, Not great, not the best, but I don't have the courage and the bravery that Nigel has to chop them all right back. Maybe if they weren't starting to sprout, I might be a little bit braver, take a few more back, but since they're already starting to grow, we'll be a little bit more cautious with them. Now, back here to try and make sure we get these guys on the right side of the wire. On there a bit. Put off the excess. Now I'll do the same with this one back here. Just try to move it forward just a little bit, backwards, a bit more room to grow. And I'm just planting it more or less in the middle of the pot, it doesn't have to be out one side, and we're just training it at the moment. It is slightly this side. Yeah, that's okay there. There's not a lot of grip on this side. Might help pin that root in. Eventually we can maybe get that root to join up with the trunk, and it'll be more of a buttress looking. Should be solid enough, so I could get a little bit more tight maybe. That's not going anywhere. Back a bit. I tend to try and just tie them just enough to hold the tree in the pot, stop it blowing out, but without damaging the roots. I want to be scarring all the roots with the wire. Okay, so we've got the roots more or less spread out. Back here we're going to have to just try and get these guys to let me just see if I have a stone or something here. Look, I'm just going to look for a rock or something. Okay, I've just got a rock here. It says I just want to push this root over this way. So just jam a rock in there to keep it held over that side. It's a wiggly one, we'll just have to try and pin down with the soil. maybe. Okay, so we're carefully working it in now. Just very gently pushing it in without damaging them fresh new roots. I'll run water through it now for a while, get it really soak the soil, and just kind of push it in as I'm doing it, and that way then make sure we get rid of any air holes or anything. This was just garden centre material, a few years ago. Only that, it was the only one he had, and I haven't seen one since. And in the garden centre, so it was a good find, but not a great tree. So hopefully it will turn out to be okay one day. Okay, so we'll take that out and I'll give it a really good watering, and I think in the next few weeks we'll see it starting to, you can see it's already starting to break, so it's going to be covered in leaf pretty soon. So I'll just give you a look at it from about the right height. So my plan is to maybe grow a pad here and then kind of like different levels of flat tops on it or something, but we'll have to see. Like that, it's only young yet in its development, so we may change our mind on that. Okay, so we'll get it out, we'll give it a watering, and that'll be that for this one. Hopefully everything goes okay with it. So as always guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.